Hi, this is Andrea from Spreadsheetables and welcome to Sheet Happens. Okay, this is a new segment that I'm going to be adding to the Spreadsheetables membership, but I will also post in our free group so everybody can, learn a little bit and how to troubleshoot some spreadsheets because we all know that shit happens and sometimes we have a missing cell or we have a broken formula and everything just go to trouble. So this is the first episode and welcome. Okay. So one of our members say, hi, this is spreadsheet I'm preparing and I need to share the worksheets with each employee separately. The employees only get access to works which have been assigned to them. For example, employee 1 gets a worksheet which only contains works assigned to employee 1. No other works will be there. Okay, so then he posted this here. So let's go ahead. I started a spreadsheet here that has work, right? Let's call it projects. So we have different projects in here and we're going to assign the designer, right? So let's say designer 1 design. Actually, you know what? Because I don't want this to have a typo. Let's say if I go ahead and do like designer 1, it's going to mess up the filter. We're going to use a filter, right, to create and pull only the project for designer 1. So if I have a typo, this is going to be an issue. So let's use data validation. If you don't know what that is, go back to Google Sheets 101 inside of our membership. I teach you how to explain what it is, why is it important, and how it works. So let's go ahead and we're going to insert the data validation for this. So option 1, and like you could have a separate tab or a separate range. So let's say new employees are added every day. So you don't have to come over here and add over here. You can just sort that in a separate tab. And again, this is also in Google Sheets 101. But for the purpose of this video, and this is what I normally use, right? I have stuff separate in another tab when it's variable, right? It varies a lot. So because it's not going to be designer, right? In the real life, you're going to have, John or, Amy, and then they quit. And then you need to add new employees. So instead of coming here and deleting them, blah, 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 you're just going to have something separate. So you can just add and remove names easily. So, but for this, we're going to do designer 1, designer, let's use names. So this is John. This is Amy. This is, my gosh, I am horrible at coming up with names out of the blue. So Miles, and this is Mary. Sorry, guys. And now we're going to give them colors, right? John's going to be green. Amy's going to be this. Miles going to be blue. And Mary's going to be purple. So we make it pretty. Okay. Now, we're going to apply this to range C. Okay, now all my C column will have, I can just come over here and pick from their names, right? John, Amy. So I have 4 employees and I want to assign them to different projects, right? So each person, they can be repeated. So Amy's getting a lot of projects because she's really good at what she does, right? And then we have John again, Maya, just so we have a good amount. Oh my gosh, Mary has nothing. Let's give some to Mary. There we go. Okay, so we assigned the designers to whatever projects they're going to be working on, right? So now let's go ahead. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new tab, and this is going to be John's tab. Okay, so all of John's work is going to be filtered here. This is going to be Amy. Oh, not Mommy. This is going to be Amy. Actually, you know what? Let me not put them yet because productivity. Let's be productive instead of copying and pasting everything. Okay, so let's do John first. So John, we're going to enter a employee name, and this is going to be, we're going to keep that on a separate thing. So employee name, let's use the data validation from, nope, yes. So let's use the data validation from the range, and I'm going to pull from this. I should just this. No, it's going to be C3. Let's see if that works on that other one. Because again, typo, right? So we should pull all 4 names. Great. It did not copy over the colors, but that's okay. You can go ahead and edit the colors here if you want, because it's still going to show up here, right? So let's do that. Because we're going to copy this, I think that was the colors, right, for them. Oops. Let me see. Yes, that looks correct. So for this one, we're going to do for John first. In this, we're going to do, change this. Oh, too big. Hiding. What's the employee name? And then here, we're going to add sign projects. Okay? Okay, so we're going to be using the filter for this. Okay? Our first step is to filter only John's project, right? So we're going to filter the range. So what here it says, what do I want to return? So we're gonna go ahead and I want to return the project, right? Whatever John shows up here, I want this to be in his spreadsheet, right? In his tab. So projects, and then I'm gonna give the condition. What is my condition? It is if the C column equals, actually I was gonna put the name, but C column equals this. Okay, so I'm going to get the project name when project employee equals C3. In this case, C3 is John. I'm just going to close that. And now here I have project 1, 6, 8, 14, and 15. And here John is on 1, 6, 8, 14, and 15. So that's it for this. And because we created we put a formula in here. Every time you copy this spreadsheet, let's duplicate this, right? Now we need, okay, we have John's projects in here. And you can be even, you can use this and be fancy. And Control C, let's do this here. 1 second. No. Let's just put here due date and, nope. And then completed. Let's make this a fancy little table for John. You can make it this as status, you can make it completed. I just want to know, like, I don't care what else he's doing. I just want to know, I don't care, like, what step of the project he's in, right? You could do, like, status, like, started, ongoing, completed, canceled, right? I just want to know if he completed it. So this I would just copy and paste it all the way down, right? We don't need this much, right? He's not going to have 1,000 projects. But you can, and always, whatever you're not using, remember to delete. So let's say he's only going to have up to 40 projects. So just delete all these extra rows. We don't need that. And let's remove these ones because we also don't need that. And let's make this pretty, right? We don't want to make this gray. Everything here, not too much. Okay, now Let's give it a color. What color, John? John is green. Let's put this. Do not like this green. Sorry, John. Here we go. Okay. So John, he will have his assignment, and then here you can add even a date, data validation, add rule, is validate. So now, wait, which one was this one? Oh. Now, every time you double click here, you will get a calendar. And if you want to change this, you can format, number, select the type of date that you want. You can do all these different kinds of date formats, whatever. And you can change this, like if you want the month to show first, you can change some things here. I think. Can I change this? Yeah, you can adjust this however you want. Okay. I want to go with this. Okay. So that's that. Let's remove grid lines. Now you have a nice little clean table for John. Let's make this John bigger. Yeah. Because now we can even merge this, just in case the name is a bit bigger, right? Let's put this to the side. There we go. So now you have all these people here. If you change it for Miles, it's going to change the projects. Now you got Mary's project, you got Amy's project, you got John. So this is John's tab. If you want to go ahead, and we're just going to duplicate and make one for Amy, and you can change the color here, just, so it's more, so they know. Make it personalized for them. And then we have, who was the other person? Miles. There's this blue. Okay. And the last one is, where's the last one? Mary. Mary had a little lamb. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Bad joke. Okay. So now you have a tab for John, one for Amy, one for Miles, one for Mary. And if they're going to be co-working on this with you, this is all they need, right? And you can lock. There's a way for you to protect your sheet, and then you can lock it. And then if you want to lock projects, for example, you set the permissions and restrict who can edit. And then you can add the persons in here. This one is just me in here. So, but if you wanted only you to be able to do that and not John, Mary, and Amy, you could do that. And you can do that to each tab. So they each only have access to their own sheets, right? Now, if let's say you want to export this, they only have access to their own tab, right? You don't want them near this. So there's another function that you can use for this, and I'm going to show you. Okay, now let's export John's out of here, right? So you just go ahead to John, and then you can either create a new one. I'll just copy this because I already formatted everything. So we're gonna go here and new spreadsheet. Okay, now I'm gonna have to find it. Let me go to my Google Sheets home, and it should have created. There we go. So now I have only John here. And what we're going to do, you can delete all of this. And actually, for this case, I'm going to show you. Hold on. All right, so let's use the import range formula. So what you're going to do with here, you're going to open quotation marks. You're going to go back to your John tab in your assigned projects, and you're going to copy the link for this, okay? You're going to enter your link here, and then you're going to close this, and then comma, and then open this again, and you're going to select the sheet. So in this case, it is the John sheet, right, that we're going to use. It has to be in between quotation marks, or it's not going to work. Every time you're going to reference to one of the tabs, you have to put the correct name of the tabs. If you have emojis or whatever, they all have to be here. It has to be exact the same. If you're not sure, just go over here and then Control C and then Control V, and then you put exclamation point. Now you're going to have to tell which range you want to import. And I want to import this whole thing. So I'm going to just select it all. And then you can just go here, 8.1 to 8.40. Let's say you're going to add more rows in here. So when we do that, you just remove the number, right? Because then it's like infinite. And then this, and then close, and then hit enter. You're going to get an error. It says that you have to connect this spreadsheet. So go ahead and allow access. And oh, hold on. Oh, I have data in here. So I'm guessing my formatting is not going to help. There we go. Okay. So I delete. Okay, let's back up a bit. So we have this. We copied everything. The formatting stayed. But give me an error. It says array result was not expanded because it would overwrite data in B3. So B3, I have stuff in here. So if I have anything in here, it will not read. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to select it all and I'm going to press delete, because the delete button will delete all the data inside of the texts, inside of the cells, but it will keep the formatting. So just go this. Now I have the same thing, right? It imported, but you see here that it says false. And even if I delete it, right, John is not going to be able to edit anything in here. So in this case, we can just go ahead and remove this completed here. And then you can, now are you able to still? No, you can't. All right, so never mind. So we're going to have to, if you want this, we're going to have to, let me see. Let's shake this off here. And now we're going to reference D. It's giving me an error. So, okay, so let's go back to the formula here. And I want it to show me only up to D. Now let me see if I can write. Still can't write it. Okay, let me see. Okay, I wonder if it's because this is, let's merge this. We're going to delete this. Okay, and now here, okay, let's see. If I still can't. Why is it not letting me? Oh, because that's D. Okie dokes. Oh, sorry guys. See, shit happens. So we're only gonna get up to C. So now I can enter my things in here. Checkbox. All right. So now John, this one is I'm empty. I think I have a free. Yep, got a free row here. And we can even clear this. Format, clear. There. So now we have a cute little sheet for John only. And you can repeat that for Mary. And this, you can just ignore this. Oh, that's because it has data validation. So let me remove the data validation on this one, because the only validation that I need is here, right? Yeah, that's it. So now let's say you come over here and then you have John, right? All these projects are going to be John. Let's do that. John got it all. So now Amy has 0, Miles has 0, Mary has 0, and you can update the formula to show, well, let's say here for Amy, for example, you can just add like the if error, it will show nothing. So now that way, she knows there's nothing. Or you can even say, you can put a comma here and say no projects assigned to you at this time. So now she knows there's nothing assigned to her. And if you come over here and you give her one project, the message will go away and now she will have the project for. Okay, now John, he's got all the projects for him. And if you go back here, this is John spreadsheet, right? John exclusive. Now he has all the projects, and if you can go ahead as the boss, you can go ahead and assign the date for John, and he's gonna see the changes automatically. So all John needs is access to his spreadsheet. His spreadsheet. Just come here, and then you can go ahead and add John in here, so you both can edit this, and he can go ahead and he can complete his projects in here. Hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions, and hopefully we'll have another episode of Sheet Happens. Thank you for watching.